In search of its first ever win against an FBS opponent, the Stony Brook football team traveled to Michie Stadium in West Point, New York to take on Army. Let's check the highlights brought to you by Simplex Grinnell. Opening drive of the game for the Seawolves, Miguel Masonette. This guy just does it every week. This is a 49-yard touchdown run, and Stony Brook takes a 7-0 lead just minutes into the first quarter. Later in the quarter, Army going for it on 4th and short, trying to tie things up. Quarterback Trent Steelman stuffed by Dan Mulrooney. Stony Brook takes over on downs inside their own 5-yard line, and the offense would quickly go right back to work. Kyle Essington gonna give this to Masonette yet again in his own end zone, picks his way through a hole, turns it up the field. He's gonna be pushed out at his own 48-yard line, but it's a pickup of 45 big yards. And that would eventually lead to Wesley Skiffington from 27 yards out, goes off the upright but through, and the Seawolves take a 10-0 lead with 12:44 to play in the half. On the other side of the ball, the Army offense did itself no favors. In the second quarter, Steelman running the option, pitches to Raymond Maples, who fumbles the ball, and Cedric Moore recovers for the Seawolves. Next drive for the Black Knights, Steelman tries an inside draw. Again, the ball pops out, and this time it's Dan Mulrooney falling on top of it. The Stony Brook defense recovered 4 fumbles in the game. Waning minutes of the first half now, Essington going to use the pump fake and finds Kevin Norrell, who has gotten behind the Army defense, a 39-yard gain up the sideline. And then later in the drive, Essington back to Norrell on the slant, picks up 17 yards, puts the Seawolves in field goal range, and then Skiffington yet again, this time from 45 yards out, just clears the crossbar as the halftime cannons go off. The Seawolves are up 13-0 at the break. In the third quarter, Stony Brook puts together one of its best drives of the season. Here's Jordan Gush somehow making that catch along the sidelines for 13 yards, and then Essington on play action, gonna look for Chris McMillan, a 9-yard pickup inside the 40. 4 plays later, back to the ground game to Masonette. Just picks his way up the middle for 11 more yards, and then eventually Masonette would cap off a 16-play drive that consumed 8.5 minutes of the third quarter clock to put Stony Brook ahead 20-0. After a Black Knights field goal made it 20-3, check out this play by tight end Tanner Nels. Takes the dump off from Essington. He's going to lower his head and just bulldoze the defender. Keeps his legs moving and picks up 20 yards. After an Army penalty, Stony Brook goes back to the ground, and Masonette just wearing out this Black Knights defense. 14 more yards up the middle would later lead to Skiffington's 3rd field goal of the game to make it 23-3. And that would give Seawolves Nation something to celebrate. Stony Brook picks up its first ever victory over an FBS opponent with a 20-point win over Army at West Point. Miguel Masonette turns in yet another incredible performance with 220 yards on the ground and a pair of touchdowns. The Seawolves return home to face Charleston Southern next Saturday at 6 p.m.